just to differentiate between marketing and sales, because we use the terms wrong. That, you know, Sally, she's a great marketer. What we mean is she's very good at bringing in business, not that she, you know, designs a good website. But just to get the terminology right, when we talk about marketing, we're starting to talk about what's the message? What's your message? What is your firm's message? What is your message to the marketplace? Generally speaking, it's weird, smart, service-oriented. So, and then you take that message. Hopefully it's more unique than that, but it generally isn't. And then these are the sort of marketing tools that we use. This is the marketing. The things that create the opportunities, that develop your reputation, that make it, that bring those opportunities to your firm, that build your credibility, that says something about you to the marketplace so that the activities of your rainmakers are more effective. The sales aspect, and you know, we didn't used to be able to call it sales. Now I think there's enough comfort. It's still generally called business development, but just to differentiate, as companies do, between their marketing and sales. In law firms, it's really differentiated as well. And our salespeople are the rainmakers. Now, you need both. You've got to have, good marketing leads to better rainmaking because it makes their job easier. Hi, I'm Russ Fishman, I'm from Skadden Arps. I don't have to convince you that I'm smart. Their reputation, through their marketing, has answered that question. So it's much easier to know something about that lawyer, or presume that you know something about that lawyer, based on their marketing. And if you think that they didn't do that intentionally, that they didn't create that reputation on purpose, aggressively, proactively, systematically since the 80s, you're wrong. They just look like they haven't done it. They're some of the best marketers because they don't look like the marketing. They just look like, we just sort of presume that they're that good. And it's not that they're not. It's that every time they did anything halfway decent, everybody knew about it. Because they had 20 full-time public relations professionals in their firm in the late 80s. 20 full-time people just telling the Skadden story to the media. So, is it any wonder we think they're good? Is it any wonder they're a $2 billion law firm? $2.17 billion last year. It's going to be down this year. So marketing helps create those opportunities for you. Marketing without sales, without the rainmakers, everybody knows your firm, no one has any business. So you need both. The question is allocation of resources. The marketing, and especially today, what we've historically done that very well in terms of it's well designed, it's creative, and so on. But it was sort of too much of it was more art than sales. Your marketing's got to be focused on sales. It's got to be focused on not just generating awareness, which is certainly important, but it's got to help define your message so that your rainmakers get more opportunities, so they can turn more of these opportunities into business. We've got to stop creating pretty and start creating strategic. And especially today, marketing, and I'm going to be talking about marketing in a minute, but marketing today has to be focused on sales-oriented activities. Now, a lot of your marketers aren't thinking that way, but we want to make sure that we guide them, that we help them understand. Most of the marketers historically in the legal profession have a marketing communications background. And so our predisposition is on the stuff. It's on the websites, on the brochures, newsletters, seminars, that sort of spread the firm's name. Now we're talking about blogs and podcasts and all these other things that push the word out there. And those are very important. But we've got to connect it somehow more directly as possible, to the rainmakers so that it's creating specific opportunities for specific clients in specific industries, because we can't afford to waste any dollars. There's no fat in the marketing budgets today. I saw a survey yesterday about how deeply cut the marketing budgets are. It's unbelievable how firms have slashed that budget. Now, firm reputation, there's a general, well, let's get our name out there philosophy. I'm not sure that works that well. You should be more strategic than that in terms of what your marketing is aimed to do. But it is very important because your reputation it isn't that important in creating the short list. There's some studies on this. In creating the short list, the top 3, who are going to be invited to pitch the work. Personal chemistry is important, perception of expertise is important, things like that. But when it comes to selecting off that list, which of these 3 firms, or however many, is going to actually get the work, one of the top 3 is the firm's reputation. And so at a very critical time, the most critical time, the decision-making time, your firm reputation that's when it becomes most important.